James speaking, and back with us is your favourite Betty, Bree.
Hi.
Did you listen to the last episode, Bree? Did you hear yourself okay?
Yeah, I did. I
What
laughed.
did you think?
I thought I sounded really funny.
Yeah. We're doing this live now. This is the first live one we've done with Bree. Hopefully it's not going to crash, but it could do it any second. Just letting you know in case you guys are freaking out.
We have to be careful what we say because we can't go out and take stuff out again.
Yeah. And, well, yeah, we can take out the thing, but, I don't know how many people actually listen live. Probably
Right.
Nobody.
Okay.
We've both used our iPhones to post to our Facebook profile, so hopefully that will boost the thing. We're doing Betty and the Beast today. Betty and the Beast is a show where people can email us in with their love, lifestyle questions and we'll get some, really down to earth people to answer them. They're not professional. They're just like people off the street using their street smarts, like Bree here. And you can write us in at jimmerish.fm@gmail.com. Put Dear Betty in the subject line. That will help us filter it out from the spam. Just send us your questions. You can be anonymous or use a pseudonym instead. We'll use that. We won't read out your real name. You don't have to worry about that. I guess we get started. Do you want to hear the first question, Bree?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, this is from Anonymous. Didn't even use a pseudonym. I've been speaking to a girl online for nearly a year now, and we've become good friends, but haven't met up yet due to being nearly 150 miles apart. However, we have exchanged mobile and email addresses together. I really like this girl, but initially when I asked if she wanted to meet up, she said yes, and we sorted out a day and time, but at the 11th hour she had to cancel because of work. We've both agreed to try and meet up again sometime and keep talking, but I've asked her twice in 3 months if she wants to meet up again. She doesn't reply with an answer or reason, and will continue talking to me a week later. The other thing is, she has shown signs that she likes me, but it sounds like she's really hesitant to see if this friendship would progress and see me face to face for what I really am. My question is, what should I do? Back off and stay friends? Try to meet up with her again later, or hint at my feelings for her?
I don't know about all this internet dating stuff, but I don't know. It doesn't say how old they are in that question, does it? Either. I guess they're
if you're under 18, you always have to be careful of meeting people on the internet.
Yeah, but I guess if they're able to meet up over that sort of distance, they've got some means of transport, so we can assume they're adults, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I guess there might be lots of reasons that she keeps backing out. She might be nervous or maybe hasn't been quite honest about herself initially. But I think he doesn't really have much to lose to go for it. So I guess that would be my advice, is just try again, let her know how you feel. And it's probably the easiest way of getting shut down if you do, because you're on the internet and you don't have to meet them. It's not that embarrassing.
Have you ever met people on the internet or anything like that?
No. No.
You ever had talk to people on the internet or anything?
No, I don't. I've never ever done that. I mean, I think when I was in high school, we had the Yahoo chat and that sort of thing was quite big. But no further than just chatting online. I never met up with anyone or had an ongoing chatting with the same person repetitively or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm not really a very good person to give advice on that subject, I guess.
I think it's always hard. What about just the fact that, do you think that she is, she won't reply to that specific question, do you want to meet up, but then later on she will, a week later she'll start talking again?
Yeah, I don't know. It's so hard to tell online because you don't know who they are, what they do with the rest of their life. Maybe she's married, maybe she's got a partner already, so maybe she feels like she wants to, but guilt's holding her back, or her conscience or something. I don't know. It could be any number of things, so hard to say.
Well, thanks, Anonymous, for writing in. Always be careful. I don't know if you've ever watched on YouTube those shows they do, those Dateline things where they go and try and intercept people on the internet who are trying to target younger kids. Have you ever seen them?
Yeah.
They're pretty
that's dangerous.
Freaky. But yeah, always be careful talking and trying to meet up with people on the internet, because you don't know if this person is actually the person you think you are if you haven't met them.
Yeah, meet in a nice, safe place where you
Yeah, in a public place.
can
where,
exit
you know,
quickly
you can
if you
run.
need to.
This is from Anonymous again. I really like this boy that I am friends with, but the thing is my friend slightly likes him too. To make it worse, my other friend has been told that he likes my first friend. I don't know if this is true because he didn't tell her directly, but I think it is possible by the way he acts with her. What should I do?
Oh dear. This is so hard. I think they're in high school, right?
I'm guessing so.
Yeah,
that
sounds like a high school problem.
Yeah.
So the guy likes your friend and you like the guy and your friend likes him too. But you don't really know if he likes her, but signs are sort of heading that way.
Mm-hmm.
I think it really depends where your loyalties lie. If it's a really good friend and you value that friendship, then I would probably leave it wide. I'll leave wide berth there. But if the guy's more important to you and you think you're in love with him and you're willing to sacrifice the friendship, then I guess you can make a move, but it's probably pretty dangerous. Maybe you need to have a chat with everyone involved and see what her feelings are, what his feelings are.
Have you ever had to compete with a...
I did a horrible thing in high school, a really horrible thing. I can sort of relate to this because my best friend and I both liked the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was about to ask her out because I'd heard that from my friend.
Mm-hmm.
But I really wanted him to know how I felt because I'd felt this way for a while, and I wrote him this poem telling him how much I liked him. And then he decided he couldn't go out with my friend because of the poem, and he just felt bad. And so she hated me, and he didn't go out with either of us, and it was horrible. It was the most horrible thing I've ever done, I think.
So that's lesson learned.
Yeah, lesson learned, well and truly.
Do you think, looking back now, do you go, even if, do you still regret it, like, in terms of, like, you may have had a chance of him if you...
No, I don't at all. I regret it because my friend was more important, and I didn't realise the full effects of what I was doing would cause at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you get blinded by having a crush on someone sometimes, you know? Like, you have this crush and then everything else doesn't matter, but it does matter. And you need to consider all your actions before you do them.
Have you made up with a friend?
We never really fully made up after that.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. I mean, we started talking again, but we were never as close as we were.
Yeah.
So it was sad.
Well, thanks for writing in, Anonymous. Let's go to the next one. I have been seeing my boyfriend for a while, but sometimes he ignores me and doesn't phone, or he tells me he's not going to a party, and then I find out he has gone and not invited me to go with him. Does he really like me?
Is that it? That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, okay, nice and short.
They have some additional health questions, which I don't know if you want to talk about. She also, I presume it's a she, also asks, is it hard to remove a tampon? Can I go to sleep wearing a tampon?
Right.
I don't know if that's the...
Should we cover that later? Let's do
I don't know
the
if that's the
boyfriend
broad
question first.
section of the show, but... Yeah.
Okay. So, the boyfriend, I think he does like her.
Mm-hmm.
He's just being a boy.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of a... I don't know, sometimes it seems like a trait that men have, and I don't know why. Like, girls seem to think that doing everything together all the time and, you know, living out of each other's pockets is like a fantastic way to have a relationship, and guys are just a bit more relaxed and chilled out about it all. Like, it's cool to have a girlfriend, but you want to see your friends and you don't want her there all the time. So I think if you can get used to the idea that he does like you but needs some time on his own, then it could still work. Otherwise, you might just need to have a chat and just sort things out so that you feel a bit more secure in your relationship.
Do you have like a, you know, do you have relationships where it gets a bit too claustrophobic, or do you always do lots of things together?
I've tried a little bit of both. Like, I've had relationships where I feel like it's a bit too full on and you sort of pull back a little. Mm-hmm. And then I've had relationships where I've been the one who's wanted more, and then my boyfriend's been fairly relaxed and laid back. Yeah. And I think it's just finding the balance that suits both of you and you both feel happy and secure and enough love both ways. That's the tricky part. Once you get that, I think it's all smooth sailing mostly.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about tampons at all?
Just quickly, I can just answer her questions. it's not difficult to take them out if you do it properly, and there's a guide in the box that you should just read, because we don't want to get too gross talking about it on air. And I think they say you shouldn't sleep with them in, because you shouldn't have them in for more than, I don't know how long it is, 4 to 6 hours or something. But that's just personal choice, I think.
Yeah, something you might want to Google.
Yeah, maybe Google that.
Or would they have that instruction book? Don't sleep with them.
I think they have. They'd say don't leave them in overnight.
If it was really risky, they would say
risk.
Don't sleep with them.
Yeah.
I mean, surely they would be like legally obliged to say something if it was really bad.
Well, they do say it in there. Don't sleep with them in, but
okay.
I think lots of people do. So.
Okay. This is the next one coming in. Another anonymous one. No, please send in pseudonyms at least, so we can go.
And maybe your ages, because that helps us give you some perspective on what you're going through.
There is this boy that I like, but the thing is, he likes me too, but all he wants is a girl that would give him action. But I have gone out with him before. He is nice to me, but as soon as I go out with him, I get confused and upset. As soon as he or I dump him, I want him back, and I get angry at my friends for wanting to go out with him. Help! Help! They say in capital letters.
That is crazy. That's got lots of problems in there. First of all, you've been out with him before and he treats you nicely, but he only wants a girl who gives him some action. So if you're not willing to do that, then maybe that's not the sort of relationship you want to be in. Every time you break up with someone, you feel still a bit possessive and jealous, and even though you don't want them, you don't want anyone else to have them either, and that's natural. And everyone feels like that, but that's just something you've got to get over. Your friends, if they're your friends, they should have a bit more respect and actually not go out with this guy. But depends how long you were together for, I guess, as well. If you've just been dating, I think anyone can date him. But I don't know. I think you should maybe move on and try somewhere else. Doesn't seem to be really working out.
Yeah. It doesn't really say why she gets confused or upset, whether it's he's pressured to get action, or as soon as he or I dump him, but I want him back, and I am angry at my friends for wanting to go out with him. Do you ever had problems where your friends like sort of embrace your partner more than you do, and you're like, no, don't take him away? Or
I'm a
popular?
fairly jealous, possessive kind of person. I guess it's probably one of my flaws, but I think if you've been with someone for a long time, you just sort of feel like you can just end up feeling like, well, what do you think you have? Because I don't know, it's hard to explain, but yeah, definitely I can understand feeling that way when your friends try and get close or start flirting with your ex-boyfriend. It's just like, it's distasteful, and it's not something anyone should have to put up with or be around. So if your friends are going to do that, I think maybe make new friends or give everyone in the group involved a bit of a wide berth again.
Yeah, well, thanks for writing, Anonymous. We've got a lot more anonymous to come, I think. I've been texting this boy for a while now. We meet up with a group of friends, and I quite like him. The problem is that I meet him through a friend that I don't see that often, and it would be rude if I meet him without seeing her. She doesn't like him that much. Also, my other friends think that he is boring and ugly, but I would like to give him a chance. What do you think I should do?
Oh, I don't know if I fully followed that, but
Do you want to read it again?
yeah, try that one again for me.
I've been texting this boy for a while now. We meet up with a group of friends, and I quite like him. The problem is that I meet him through a friend, and I don't. The problem is that I meet him through a friend that I don't see that often, and it will be rude if I meet up with him without seeing her. She doesn't like him that much. She's saying that in brackets, I presume.
Right.
On that
Okay.
side. Also, all my other friends think that he's boring and ugly, but I would like to give him a chance. What do you think I should do?
Okay. I think you should catch up with this guy on your own without your friends or your friend that you met him through, because if she doesn't like him that much and your friends don't really like him, then it's just, you've got to establish whether you and him have that connection and can continue that on your own despite everyone else not really supporting you, because not having the support of your friends when you're starting a new relationship can be really hard. But I think definitely you've texted him, you've met up with him in a group. Now's the time to meet up with him on your own, do some activities and stuff, and see what you've got to go with from there.
Is it hard as a girl, like, where do things stand now with girls asking out guys and guys? Is it hard for girls to like get the confidence up to ask out a girl because they expect a guy to ask them out instead, or they're a bit unsure about what to do?
I hear of lots of girls being really forward these days, so I don't know that that's an issue. But I guess it depends on the person. Like, I'm still really, like, I probably wouldn't be very forward in establishing or starting up a relationship. But yeah, I think it's just an individual thing.
Mm-hmm. How often do you take into count the opinions of the friends if they think he's boring and ugly? Do you think that is that always an influence, or are you always like, I can do what I want? It
might have some effect on how easy it is to socialise, but they don't have to go out with him. You're the one who wants to go out with him. So if they think he's boring and ugly, that's good, because now they're not going to try and get with him while you're going out with him. But
yeah,
I mean, I've been out with guys my friends weren't that keen on, and if you really have really good friends that you respect their opinion, then it might be ringing some sort of alarm bells for you. Mm-hmm. But generally, you're the one going out with them, so if you guys get along great, then that's all that matters.
Yeah. Very true. Next question. When I have sex with my boyfriend, I always feel like I need a wee. It doesn't hurt or anything, it just really annoying because I can't enjoy it as it feels like I need a wee, but I go to the loo before sex. Why is this? We're not really doctors, but it's plainly medical.
Well, sometimes girls can feel like that before they orgasm, so that might be a confusing sort of feeling that you're getting. But if it's all the time, maybe it's just the pressure on your bladder or that sort of area. I'm not sure. Usually it's just like a few moments that sensation lasts right before you orgasm. So I'm not too sure. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know what the girls are. The guys, I think it's the opposite. Usually things are going good, you don't.
Off, don't they?
Yeah. The pipes are switched off, but okay. Well, it's something you probably would like to maybe talk to a doctor about if it's a problem, if it's really bothering you, or you could try Googling it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like if she's going to the toilet beforehand, you can be pretty assured that it's not going to happen. It might just be some confusing sensations down there that you don't really realise what's what.
Next question, another anonymous one. There is a guy at work that I found out I like him, and he has said he is kinda interested in me. What does kinda mean? Is that I don't want to hurt you feelings, so I will humour you. He is 28, so 10 years older than me, but I really like his personality and sense of humour. He also has a 7-year-old son who he hasn't seen for 2 years, so obviously he has had more experience in the bedroom because I have had none and never had a boyfriend either. If it gets to sex, I will have no idea what to do. We are going out for a drink soon. Should I just stay friends with him or see how far it goes? It's very confusing.
I think my responsible self is saying you should probably just stay friends with this guy. He's when you're 18 and they're 10 years older than you, that's a very big age difference, and he's already got a child, so you're going to be on